Aloha, everybody. I hope you all on the mainland are safe and warm and dry. Don't hate me, but we've had the last couple days here have been beautiful. Lots of beach time. So I'll let this go set up my other side. You. All right, we got it. I think we're cooking with fire now. Hey, Joseph, aloha. Oh, I know. Yeah, but those capri lady pants, they're styling and profiling. You know, they don't stretch, so something's different. Could that difference be maybe his girth? Hey, happy aloha. Hope you guys are doing well. I've been just kind of chilling, mostly at home, uh, because the COVID is like a wildfire here right now. So, and the scary part is the major stores like Costco. Hey, Misty, aloha. Um, and Safeway, the little grocery stores are doing all right, but the big ones, I went into Safeway yesterday and it looked like somebody had come in and just taken their arm and put complete rows of stuff in their cart. I mean, the shelves that were empty were scary. I haven't been out to Costco. I only go out there when I need gas. Um, yeah, gas, 3.99 a gallon. I don't want to hear fat boy bitching about gas prices. Omar the tent maker. Yeah, and if he's gaining weight and he's diabetic, he's not doing what he needs to do. Um, I know there are a lot of uh folks around that know and live with diabetes. Oh, 480 gallon. Yeah, see that's what it's at the little gas stations that are dotted around the island here. Um, they're at 445 to 455, and premium $5 a gallon. So it's yeah, it jumped up, but it doesn't affect me much because I don't drive that much. I mean, what's today, the 12th of the month, and I probably filled my truck up mm, probably 2 weeks ago. So I don't drive that much. What's the point? I can't really go anywhere or do anything right now except go to the beach and the dog park. Claudia always gets to go to the dog park. Oh, good point, Joseph. Your suit's loose. Well, you've been doing the big D word diet, or should yeah, I don't even think it should be called diet. It should be behavior modification on what you consume. Yeah, it's a mouthful. But okay. And here's something I know everybody's been questioning, let's get the numbers. Okay. So, by his own admission, Elbow, his mother got COVID the 30th. And what is the incubation period? 3 to 5 days. So if she got diagnosed on the 30th, which she probably was sick the day before, hmm. And didn't he take his mother that he loves so much out in public without masks? Or him without vaccinated? Mhm. Kinda, etchy sketchy, healthy eating. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's it. It's like cut the junk food and but I do my own cooking. I mean, I was the other reason why I was shocked in Safeway is there's no produce. And I know there's no produce at Costco. And I fill my refrigerator up and lasts me all month. Um, and I've just realized how much produce is by the pound because I just go in Costco and grab it. I don't even look at the price. I doesn't matter. There you go, Hoppy. Yeah. If you want some here, I'll give it to you. I will have to admit, up until before Christmas, I didn't have the COVID 10-pound extra than you usually carry. So yeah, I'm really having to curtail that, and everything is so expensive right now. It's just crazy. But I'm set. There's nothing I need. There's nothing I want. I mean, except maybe to come to the mainland to see my kids, but we all know that already. So it's sad, but they need to get their mom right, Joseph. Well, my question is, well, no, it's not even a question. I really don't care, so I'm not going to ask it. It doesn't matter. Um, but for me, because my family's not here, there are some key people that have an envelope with instructions for me if something happens to me. And, because I don't want my kids live in Texas, you know? Um, yeah, it took a headstone. And it didn't I'm not I'm just gonna leave that alone. I don't even want to touch that subject. Um, so the title of the hangout, Brian, if you're watching, dude, in quotations, dude, which I'm not a dude, I'm a dudette. Get it right next time, you know. Um, you need help. You need to your actions the other night where you built yourself up to a crescendo that was not a smart move. Not at all. You know nothing about how I live my life. You know what? I was in the position you're in at one time in my life. I didn't sit and tell strangers my sob story without a solution. And people have tried to give you solutions or advice, and you blow them off. Because the way your attitude and the way you're looking at life right now, um, you're unhinged, man. You need to get some help. You really, really do. Um, and you were acting pretty Barney badass because you knew there was no any. Hey, waffles, aloha, and you didn't. Darn it, I lost my train of thought now. Ah! Oh right. Um, you're dangerous right now. You're on the edge. You need some help. And you try to call everybody you trolls, and let me just read what he wrote back. i'm, I'm gonna read the comments, okay, and let's just see. So my comment on his screaming and yelling at people Um, and he was justifying his actions. If you don't like, and this is me, if you don't like people to comment, don't make videos of you committing a crime and acting like a child. His comeback was, you need to get the fuck with your trolling bullshit. My reply, my guess is the only way you learn is to suffer from the consequences of your actions and stop acting like a 2-year-old. In bold capital letters, for the love of F dude, for the love of F dude, I didn't commit a crime. Yeah, you did. You intentionally ran into somebody's car because you were unhinged. You were psychotic. Whatever you want to call it, you were unhinged. I got nothing about RVs. That was another. I lived in a 24 or 20 whatever foot mini Winnie for a whole year here on the island. I got my RV out of my system. I much prefer now being able to take a shower, take a shit in my own toilet and shower, cook my food, entertain myself. Um, yeah, and then he goes on, I didn't commit a crime. I was literally physically trapped in the middle of an illegal sideshow takeover. I know you are, Carlos. I got you. I ain't that dumb. So my reply was, well, I'm going to go live. You can come over and get schooled. And furthermore, I'm not a dude. Whatever, dude. Okay, you're acting like a 2-year-old. I've seen many people try to give you advice because you're stuck right now and you're circling the drain, dude. Dude. And, you know, you played all big and bad knowing that nobody was in the car. But you know what? They're in your city. They're in your town, apparently, from where you work at. And you drive people. And furthermore, you driving people with the actions that you showed us was reckless to be I mean, that's just the least of it. Reckless. Um, you're putting people's lives, they're putting their life in your hands and you're unhinged and you think you should still be driving people? Not Carlos. No. 126. Was it B4T, whatever? Uh, Brian, blah, 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 blah. Well, unhinged. I don't know, Carlos. Are you unhinged? Psychotic? Well, we know a few of those. Hey, aloha. Well, exactly, Carlos. That's what everybody keeps telling him. And he's like, he's circling the drain. Um, he shouldn't be driving people around. I mean, heck, he almost got in an accident last week. He said somebody almost ran him. Well, he wasn't paying attention. And he's got so much on his mind, he's not in the moment. And if he was thinking rationally that night, you have a phone, you're recording, call 911. Get the cops here to take care of it because, frankly, if somebody saw you do that didn't like you doing that, you'd be in a whole different place today. Whole different. And you need to hang up your Uber spurs. You need to check yourself in actually for some help. You need some inpatient therapy. And the reason I can say that, because I've done that. Need Cadillac Sam. I don't know who that is. Well, I don't really follow him either, but Brad Silverdog put out a video today. So I went back. I did my homework, you know. Um, and I watched some of his videos. When he started this 10 years ago, he was treading in the same water. Um, I don't know what he expects to do to earn money, but taking other people's lives in your hand is not where you need to be right now. And I'm not saying all this to be mean. I'm saying this because obviously somebody's not telling you this and you need to hear it. And um you need to calm down a little bit and not think we're just all trolls. No, I'm trying to give you some advice because I've circled the drain once and I was lucky to come out pretty much scarless. But it got to a point where I knew I needed help. And it's not because you're crazy or anything. You need some skills. You need some coping skills. You need to forget about the money for a minute. And this might sound harsh, but um you keep doing what you did and you're going to find yourself behind bars and you don't have the money to bail yourself out. Carlos and oh, what? Ew, no waffles, no. Well, that's the same with my kids. My kids lived in California, my daughter and son-in-law, and then they moved to Texas. My son still lives in California, and I'm a grandma again. So, yeah, there's there's that. Um, um, quirky Carlos, I can deal with quirky. You know, um, somebody who's a little eccentric. Okay, that doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I'd like to meet one person that has all their screws anyway. Really, I would tell that person, you've not had to deal with life much then, huh? Well, here on, and I hate to use this term because it just doesn't exist anymore, is the boy has fractured into oblivion. And it's so funny that there are these newbies who want to call themselves boy. Um, they don't do their homework. They don't know what it's all about. Hey, Steve, aloha. The last time my daughter and I FaceTimed was 2.5 hours. But we got everything talked about. So, but and well, nobody should be targeted. Okay, if you put your business out there, then you better either have the huevos or the courage to. No, it doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't. Let it die. You know, it's at this point, Boyd means a bad thing, and that's kind of sad. Because I didn't consider myself Boyd. I came in 2015, and what do I know? I just know from then on. But I don't watch YouTube much anymore. It doesn't do anything for me. I mean, I was bored Sunday, so yeah, I went and watched some. Yeah, let's see. We don't need any more of those. Near I say dumb ones. They just needed to, I don't know, join a boy band or something. Elvis is the lead. Berg's on guitar. No, Berg's on rhythm. Whiskey OG on guitar. Because let's face it, Whiskey did a video. I don't know if it was yesterday or day before. About elbow and porthole. That's what it was called. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what it was titled. Hold on. Wow, my connection's really slow today. All right, there we go. All right. Oh, you've missed a few elbow ones then. Yeah, he, good grief. Yeah, I agree. Well, that's why I don't really watch anymore. I'm not a drama person. I'm really not, you know? Um, I have discovered TikTok, and 3 minutes is about my limit before I start getting bored with something. So, oh, that whole thing, Carlos, with that girl and what is it, Tennessee or Kentucky or some, yeah. Um, Thank you, who's doing that. I appreciate it because for some reason, why is it not doing it? I don't get it. All right, darn it. Robert, I don't. I That's why I just don't do the drama because it's just, what's the point? I mean, really. I come on what, once a week maybe now, and that's just to either give advice or the flip side of that. Yeah, it's just kind of depressing. The amount of he said, she said, hashed over, rehashed over, told again and again and again, the same thing that you said for the last 8 months, or Bergs for the last 8 years. You know, yeah, advice. Mm. Yeah, see, Carlos, that's no. I'll tell somebody to grow up, or I'll tell somebody to get their shit together. But I'm not going to go track somebody down and stand on their doorstep and call them a murderer or whatever else you want to call it. I mean, you know, some people just insist on being the victim, and they would like nothing more than to be, I don't know. Anyway, well, Steve, that's the funny part about it is, everybody wants to take everybody to court. We've only seen one court case from all the years of saying, "Well, I'm going to sue you, or I'm going to take you to court. I'm going to file charges." You know, and that one is totally justified. The one is totally justified. So, who is that? Grandpa's. Who are you? No, not really, Carlos. I don't watch any of those people actually. I don't have time for that. It's boring. What they talk about is boring. It's the same thing again and again and again. With Rich Light, I'm never gonna let Lisa's that she done. I'm never gonna. Bergs, it's Joe, Joe. I mean, it's not changed. Nothing's. Maybe a few more dirt clods have been thrown, but yeah, it's. Hey, Trisha, aloha. And Steve, that's it. It's the most stupid thing that they say you're taking to court. Why? Because your feelers got hurt? Man, some of these people just kind of maybe need to be more duck-like. Just let it roll off your back, you know? Um, you were? Well, do tell, sir. um, did the Northwest dumbass know? I won't tell anybody. I promise I won't. That's funny. Uh-huh. Nice. Well, I'm not going to grill you on the details, but if you choose to share a little bit with us, um, that would be appreciated. Sorry, you all have no clue. Oh, now you got me curious. That's not fair. I'm not up on all of it anyway, so I really don't know. I mean, and you think calling me a Hawaiian heifer is going to hurt my feelings? Have you ever had Hawaiian heifer? I mean, on the hoof, go moo. It eats grass on the slopes of the volcano that is oh so good eating. Where has RSN been? That was weird because um RSN, has he been on lately? I haven't seen anything. You drove the Durango to oh, I'm trying to say it Hawaiian, Iowa. No, Hawaiian. The the Parker Ranch used to be one of the largest privately owned ranches in the world. It was like, I mean, half the island was Parker Ranch. And that's one thing. We don't have to import beef, pork, chicken. It's all raised here on the island. So, oh, oh. Well, Carlos, if you're trying to keep Boyd alive, maybe it's just time to let it rest because it's really bad. Oh, I'm not laughing. It's no joke. My daughter got it twice. Um, she's from Texas. She wasn't vaccinated, and we talked about that later. But um, just before Halloween, they got it, and then at Christmas time, my daughter wasn't feeling so great, and did one of the tests, and it showed positive again. But then another one didn't. I don't know what the whole thing was, but um, it she said she wasn't near as sick the second time. She was just kind of feverish and shitty for a night, and that was it. So gave her an excuse not to have to do Christmas over to her sister-in-law's house. So for Amanda, wow, there's an oldie but goodie. Yeah. Well, it's funny you say you don't know if it's a bad head cold because the flu, the common cold, half of the people also have that are being diagnosed here. So who knows? Hey, Wolf Dad Aloha. Hold on. So, okay, I don't know if everybody's keeping up on elbow, but somebody sent me a message that said, "Hey, go check this out." So I did. I watched. I laughed, and I thought to myself, "Yeah, but your lady suits, custom made. Your coffin suits, custom made. Uh, styling and profiling with what, a $10 hooker? I mean, you probably want the discount rate because you want 2 for Tuesday, right? You know, it is Taco Tuesday, by the way. Well, yesterday was. Um, and he's saying, "Oh, I'm living my best life, blah blah blah." That would be my lowest place in life, is what he's doing. Not the highlight. Uh, I, being on the in the mini winnie for a year here, it was no picnic, and we had great weather. It did rain, but it never got so cold we had to, run across the country. so we didn't because we were scared to drive in the snow. Yeah, see, that's Steve, that's it. People are, they're having that one day, day and a half, maybe 2 days of feeling like shit, and then they get better. That's why here, um, the hospital isn't full, and we don't have the real sick I in ICU that we did last year at this time. So we've gained a little bit. So, but they're starting to let the cruise ships come to port again this weekend. It's like, no, we don't want cruise ships. They got cooties. Well, one of the ladies that we kind of have like a little coffee club at the dog park on Wednesdays. It's kind of like our uh, none of us drink coffee, so we take the dog to the park. Well, I don't drink coffee. I grow coffee, but I don't drink coffee. Anyway, so what else is new, everybody? Um, well, Joseph, it takes me back to on the 30th. Um, who was who was sick first? Him and gave it to his mom? Gee, the day he saw her 4 days later or 3 days, she started getting sick. So, hey, Cobra John, aloha. Oh, stitching girl, you don't even know. I Here's how frustrated I am with that whole nonsense, stitching girl, is that I almost want to do cooking videos and this is the way you should do it. Um, a sink is for washing dishes, not stacking up to the top. Where you how do you wash your hands? The whole counter is like you have cabinets. Why aren't your pots and pans in your cabinets? It's not that hard. That's what they're for. Oh, good grief. Don't even get me started on that one because that one, yeah, there's that. But I even thought about doing like a TikTok one, 3 minutes of cooking for one on a budget, kind of thing. Sick as a dog for 2 weeks. Yeah, that'll make you be careful. So waffles, is it a hoax or is it true? Since I'm asking somebody who's had it. Oh, really? Well, that's what my kids in Texas because my ex-husband, he has COPD and he's on a nebulizer and oxygen. And they said they were fine. They had the pulse ox, so they knew what their levels were. And this was back in October when they were sick. Um, and they Junior came down with it. They tested him Thursday before his surgery, and they didn't do a surgery. So, and then my ex got it, and then my daughter got it, and they all got the antibodies test. There, Junior on Thursday, Heather and Brian on Saturday, and by Monday morning, they were in at the clinic getting the antibodies infusion. So they all three got it. And that's what I think that made them, get over it, relatively fast and without too many, feeling really, poopy. Coughed up a lung. Yeah. Yeah. I have an air purifier that I run all the time because the volcano is really going off again, and the air quality today was very poor. I mean, I couldn't even see the shore or the horizon, so I know it was bad. Um, Welcome back, Waffles. Well, that's all that you can do. And there was like a news story, and they were talking about some girl on a flight. The guy behind her saw what she was texting into her phone, and it was, "Shh, don't tell anybody I have COVID." And they're on a plane ready to take off. They were pissed. And I would be too, because the reason it's as bad as it is because the people who had to go back to work or didn't know they were sick and went to work anyway and may have given it to people unknowingly. Um, oh, well, Steve, they have to be. I mean, you know, because they would rather have you stay home and get better than come to work and either get everybody else sick or, you know, nobody wants to work when they're that sick anyway. Yeah. Well, I have windows open, the air flowing. I've got the fan on right now. It's okay. You guys don't hate me, right? It is 5:03 p.m., January 12th, 2022, and it's partly sunny and 80 degrees right now. Man, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Uh, it has been getting cold at night. Um, the volcano actually it got snow over Christmas, where they were snowboarding in the morning and snorkeling in the afternoon. Um, but we're an open door. We don't have to close up because of winter, and I think that's what's one of the things. And actually, the tourists have kind of slowed down since Christmas, so I think they're people are thinking twice on getting a flying trash can, just to come put their toes in the sand. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you'll know when you're ready to go to work. I mean, or if like you get sicker, and have to have some sort of, I don't know, medication. I don't know. It's a virus, so there's not much they can give you except the antiviral. Stitching girl, I'm with you. I can't. The house at night has got to be cold. Warm in the day when you're up and moving, but nighttime, I used to always have the window cracked in my bedroom. But our winters, we rarely got snow, if ever, and it would be like 40 degrees low and 50 degrees the high winter long. So I'm just hoping beyond hope that the snowpack in the Sierra and actually all along the west coast um, is enough to fill up the reservoirs a little bit because you sure do need it, you know. Yeah, well, that's what you got to slow down and let it run its 24-hour, 48-hour course. Um, Freezing drizzle. Oh, no. Because the snowpack in the Sierra, that's what I got stuck in. We have like 5 feet of snow where I lived, and we couldn't dig out. The plows wouldn't come through because we lived on a private road, and that's the way it goes. And we were stranded for 8 days, and I vowed about the fifth day that I'm never doing snow again. I don't care. I'm never gonna do snow again. Yep, and I moved here the next year. So, okay, Stitching Girl, aloha. Have a great week. Since it's Humpty Dumpty Day. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get done with here. I'm just um said what I wanted to say because some people just need to hear it. And Brian, Mr. 126, you need help. You need to get help. You really do. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm not saying this to be a troll. I'm saying this because what I saw in your behavior is dangerous. You're either going to take that one last step off the ledge or you're going to get yourself pulled back and get help. All right, Waffles. Thanks for the info. See, that's what I want to hear what other people's experiences are, with that what the bug. But um I had my booster before Christmas, so I'm good. All right, everybody have a wonderful day. The people who need to get help, please get it. If not, stay off the internet because all you're going to get is grief. You need to back away from YouTube, just ignore it, and send you some good coffee. Oh, I can do that. I mean, I do that. I sent my daughter a huge box full of coffee. Well, you did in waffles, and that's what made the difference. You have to watch the beginning. Yeah, yeah, because there's a lot of people who don't have channels that you see in your side chat, and then when you don't see them for a while, you don't know what's become of them. If they're still around, like Carlos wanted Amanda. You know, where I mean, are they in jail? Are they, alive, dead? Whatever. You can grind. Oh yeah, no, they went whole bean to her. No, we pack them when they do it, and they're still picking from last year's harvest. Usually they're done before Christmas. And I went by the drying shed today or yesterday, I think it was. I think it was yesterday. And the whole floor of it's full of beans drying out in the sun. So um the only problem is when we had that big storm come through, um it ripped the leaves off of the coffee plants and they look really, really sickly right now. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to pan out, but it is what it is. All right, everybody. Do you roast them? No, I don't roast them. They the one before below us, they do the whole thing. They pick, they process, um, and their store in town uh roasts them there, and sometimes they have like a work bay down in the old industrial area, and they'll have the big roasters down there. They just built a huge new brewery for Kona Brewery. Their beer is everywhere. I mean, you got whitetail, you got shark bite, but So, do you like one crack or two cracks waffles? Since you roast, you should know what that is. Um, because the more you roast it, the less caffeine is left in the bean. Two cracks, yeah. That French roast. Yep. That first crack, oh, it smells so good though. And the second one was, all right, who left the coffee pot on? Who didn't turn the coffee pot and it's dry because it smells burnt. Um, I really like the first crack. I'm not so keen to the second one, but it's the way it goes. All right, everybody. Um, have a great day. Have a great week. Everybody be safe out there and take your vitamins. All right, guys. Aloha.